What's up, everybody? OCD Mikey, HiFi guy here for another episode of the Mikey Show. And I am going to go over right now the biggest sleeper amplifier I know of in the United States. When I say sleeper, I mean it's something that does not look like something magnificent. Like, it looks like a regular amplifier. It's in a regular, pretty much a regular size. It's extraordinarily heavy, but you wouldn't know it just looking at it. You might just walk past this amplifier and go, and not even have it pick up on your radar when you're wet behind the ears, okay? Because when you don't know about which brands are which, you're attracted to the stuff that looks the part, that looks all pretty, that has huge fins and big gold knobs or whatever. You know, I mean, people do many things in the design of their amplifiers to make you pay attention to them. And then there's the companies that just rely on the sound. They don't need to do anything with the look because they know what they are, okay? And they just prove. They don't need to show. So what we've got here is the VIOLA Labs. In case you don't know, VIOLA Labs started with Mark Levinson. This is the real Mark Levinson brand, not the one that you see now, not the one that was 10 years ago or 15 years ago. I'm talking about the early 1980s, the late 70s with MLAS, Mark Levinson Audio Systems. Okay, there was Paul Jason, there was Mark Levinson, there was Tom Colangelo, and they built some crazy, amazing stuff that was breakthrough hi-fi at the time. That went on to become cello. Many people consider cello, C-E-L-L-O, just like the instrument, to be the pinnacle of hi-fi. Okay, still I see cello in mastering studios. I'm talking about 20-year-old plus cello amplifiers still being used in mastering studios. So they're that good, okay? They're highly collectible, and you have like a cult following for the cello equipment. VIOLA Labs is a continuation of cello. So the DNA comes from early Mark Levinson, the original Mark Levinson company, then to cello, then to VIOLA Labs. So here is the VIOLA Labs cadence amplifier, the power amp. Very unassuming, very refined looking, and just understated and elegant. The piece, I will start to break this apart, but the reason it's on the floor is because I'm going to flip it upside down and show you both sides, and I can't do it on that stand back there. So first of all, we've got 3/8 inch aluminum on the top plate that is, we've got 30 screws per side. So on the top and on the bottom, 30 screws hold on the plate. So hold on while I go ahead. I'm going to get a little closer and show you the inside. First thing you'll notice is that we've got dual transformers. So this clearly instantly tells us it's a dual mono amplifier. We've got the amp board here for the right channel, amp board here for the left channel. You can tell it's dual differential because we've got mirrored sides here for the circuit board, negative phase, positive phase, in a push-pull config. So we've got a fully balanced amplifier, dual mono. These things are 32 pounds a piece. I asked Paul, I'm like, man, those things are massive. 32 pounds each on one of these, and these are each 1.2 kVA transformers. Now, what makes this amplifier special is a choke input power supply. Very few amplifiers use a choke input power supply, but it gives unity power factor, dang near perfect unity power factor on the power supply. I'm going to flip this over to show you, but you can see real quick. I'm going to come in a little closer. You know, it's very simple and very elegant. You can see all the transistors, the output devices lined up there, up and down that heatsink, and then there's another array right over here. So it is, and this is very heavy-duty build. You can see if we look down in there, that's steel on the bottom at the very, let's see if I can focus on that. At the very bottom, we've got steel holding the power supply, which is what you want to use anywhere around the magnetics. I'm going to show you a small distinction on this amplifier, the way it's put together, because there's 30 screws, okay? 30 screws that go down into the top and hold it to the chassis and actually make it stronger through structural fastening. What I noticed is everything fits so perfectly. It was like there wasn't one screw that was hard to get in. And if you look close at this, you can see how there's a captive nut that actually has a little play either way, all the way around, which helps this fit perfectly. You don't get any sort of weirdness with the screws. They all line up perfect because they have a little bit of play, as you can see. You're not going to find a build like this in a cheap amp. Just pull your amp lid off or your component lid off and see if you have anything even close to this. You may, but if you do, consider yourself blessed. It's quite a hefty beast. This is quite a hefty beast. Let's flip it over and look at the power supply. Okay, and here we are in the bottom where we have a dual choke input power supply, and just everything's under a steel piece. This piece it's like a U shape, right? And then it comes back up. Very thick steel. I mean, look, and you see how we were showing, remember I showed you that Constellation amp, how just wires were flying everywhere? This is how it should be done. They should be zip tied and held together and routed around, usually, and just optimized for the circuit. So there is a different look, as you can see. Now, again, if you look at this compared to the Jeff Rowland, this, you can tell it's legacy audio design. So we're not trying to break any new ground here. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel or anything of that nature. This is just really killer legacy design and done in a very simple and elegant way. No nonsense. This is straight and to the point. Dual differential, choke input power supply, power amplifier. It's a hell of a power supply with those two massive transformers. Here on the back, you'll see that it's nice WBT binding posts. We've got the dual fuse, obviously, because it's a dual power supply, dual mono. And then, our inputs and our bridge. You can bridge this thing for, some sort of obnoxious power. Is it a premium? Yes, it's a premium. It's $35K for this amplifier. But you know what? This thing sounds like no other. And not only that, but it is a premium product. It's handmade in New Haven, Connecticut, and it is made in the traditional manner using the circuits that go all the way back to MLAS and through cello, where they refine those circuits and turn them into world-class designs. So it's quite a piece. And if somebody wants a luxury piece, something that's going to last forever, and they're never going to have to change an amplifier again. Same with the other products that I carry. I like to buy and sell items that are of bespoke quality that you can just buy one. You never have to buy it again the rest of your life. This amplifier would be in that class. So just wanted to bring this to you, show you real quick what it's all about. That's the Cadence by VIOLA Labs. See you.